Here we are, 1980. I'm 15. This thing hits the UK charts, and I think the music industry about lost its mind. It's Motörhead, Ace of Spades. Let's get into it. Overdriven bass. Dead Man's Hand. Oh, I remember this. I remember being 15. And if you guys seen me on the channel, I was kind of getting into the sort of, I dabble in with ska, Gary Newman with Tubeway Army, and Our Friends Electric was all coming out there. It was all the new wave. It was a mishmash. And the charts were being dominated by this sort of that popular music of its era. And then this thing kicks in and said, get out of the way, hold me beer, I'm coming through. 2 minutes 48 seconds of complete and utter destruction, but it's not. It's actually a song about existential threats and facing it head on. And it's Phil Taylor. I've been watching some stuff, and when they wrote this, and let me see, I've got the singer-songwriters here. Let me pull up who wrote it, because one of the original songwriters isn't in the band anymore. Left in 82, yeah. Fast Eddie Clarke. He left in 82, but he's credited with the songwriting this. This was 87. It was a massive UK single. It was in the charts for about 13 weeks. But it wasn't meant to be all that. Lemmy's talked about it being a metaphor for gambling, but he couldn't use, pulling machines, bandits, as we call them in the UK. He couldn't use that, so he used the gambling metaphors. And he still doesn't, never thought it would be what it was. But I guess sometimes you don't. And I guess the people listening to it to decide. And I've seen things like on Drumeo, and I've seen on different channels where, not like reaction channels, but music channels, where drummers have talked about this, and guitarists have said, mainstream major superstars have said that when they heard this, it's just like, it was like discovering the earth actually is flat. Everything you knew about music made no sense, but this did to them. And you can hear why. It's absolutely electric. Look at it. I read somewhere, guys, that this, and I don't know if this myth or lore, if I'm just making this up. He talks somewhere about the analogy of sort of fighter pilots in the war. I know he's written something where we've got 1916 and stuff like that, so I don't know if it's that, but that was that facing your mortality head on was being a fighter pilot in the First and Second World War, more the second. But that would make sense, because you're facing your existence, you're facing your mortality, yeah. And it's got that energy. Jesus, imagine your adrenaline.
Double up or quit, double strike or split, the ace of spades, the ace of spades. You know I'm going to lose.
You've got to be clear, whilst it is a song that uses gambling metaphors, it's not about gambling. It really isn't. It's about risk and mortality awareness. It's not literally saying, it's not a nihilistic or a narcissistic. It's not at all. It's quite grounded.
Gambling's for fools, but that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. And don't forget the Joker.
You get all of that energy, then you get that beautiful solo. It's kind of a speed metal song, but that was a heavy metal solo, if that makes sense. And it works. This, you know, I like them guys. They're on the channel, and they'll surprise me with songs they've written, like "Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me" and things like that. Out of the blue, you go, "Geez, good Lord!" And I'll link it at the end. But this is, I'm 15. I've got testosterone, and this thing comes along, and I can't even remember if I liked it or not. I just genuinely can't. But I know since I got some awareness later on that I've always thought it was sheer genius, and I'm not unique in that.
Freedom and weep the dead man's hand again. I see it in your eyes. Take one look and die. The only thing you see, you know it's gonna be the ace of spades. The ace of spades.
Fucking amazing. I mean, that bit there, when the Joker and the dead man's hand, when he talks about it, that's really that's closure. He's chosen his end. That's the end of the song. That's the outro. Live it. It's not live life, live fast, live hard without due regard. It's just face life head on. Be aware of your mortality. It's not gambling. Stop doing it. To a degree. It's great. Fast. Vibrant. Energetic. Layered. Metal. Stay around, guys. See if you like it. See if you like the channel. That was such a blast from the past. Till next time, take care.